Welcome to Goodnight, Robin, your someone to say goodnight to. I'm your host, Robin Rice. Hi everyone, it's Robin. I'm excited to tell you about an 80-year-old author tonight. Her name is Roberta George, and one of her friends read her first book at 80 and said, "This is so steamy. I love your book, but you're going to bleep for that." Apparently, it's pretty steamy. But it's really exciting because at 80, you're publishing your first book. I remember Ellis, my former father-in-love, I called him. He passed away about a year ago. But he was writing a book, and he always quoted the first line of the book. And I won't share it here because that's private. He never finished the book, and he never let me read any of it. Even though I was a writer, I tried to get him to, but he wouldn't do it. But he could have published it at 80 or 90, and I would have been so excited for him. So I'm excited for this woman, and she's actually winning awards for the book. Apparently, it's really good. The point for me is, I write books and I publish them, and I love the idea that I could still be publishing at 80. I love the idea that someone else could be just starting at 80 in anything, writing a book, who knows what, going back to college. There's really no age limit. As long as you're, with it enough, there's no age limit to what you can do. One of the things I've always thought about in my own mind when I think about, well, do I want to take a project on or do I want to do something? I think, someone this September is going to start college and 4 years later is going to graduate college. Maybe not everyone who starts, but a lot of people who start are going to do that. And I have one child who's getting a PhD. I don't talk about my kids too much, but he's almost done. And after 9 years, what happens in 9 years is you get a PhD, right? Or in 4 years, you get a college degree. What would I be willing to work for that 4 years from now, I could say, I did it? And I think that's a really empowering thought process. I don't really care about going back to school. Totally fair. I never hope to take a test again in my life. That's not my thing. But I could take up painting. I could take up sculpting. I could take up learning some new language. If I started today, 4 years from now, I'd probably be pretty good at it. I'd probably figure out ways to learn and maybe take a trip, and all kinds of things could happen in my life because I made that decision. So, Roberta George, you go, girl, I have to say. And for you and me, let's think about that. What could we start now that 4 years from now, we could say we were for sure super accomplished and we did it. And if we don't do it 4 years from now, it won't be there. Anyway, it's one of the ways that I think about things, so I thought I'd pass that on to you. I hope you have a wonderful night's sleep as ever. Good night, my friend.